What if I told you that your monthly Social Security check could be simply stopped or maybe get cut by 20 to 25%? Hi, I'm Scott Hamilton. I'm a financial advisor. I've personally completed over 250 financial plans, and I'd love to help you. Please feel free to reach out and give us a call. Thank you. So most financial plans include full Social Security and Medicare. However, the smartest, most resilient financial plans assume zero government support. What we do is we stress test everything against total systemic failure of public entitlements. We want this to be bulletproof, self-funding retirement where you don't have to rely on the failed bureaucratic, promises that we have a history of. For example, let me go into some of the history of Social Security. It's formerly known as Old Age Survivors Disability Income, OASDI, formerly known. So it's the funding and the promises that they've made over the years simply just have really changed a lot. In 1937 to 49 is when it was the inception of Social Security. It was funded with payroll taxes, 2% of payroll taxes. By the way, it was non-taxable at that point. And it stayed that way for up until 1950. In 1950, between 50s and 1983, that's over a span of 33 years, the payroll tax rate increased from 2 to 12.4%. In addition, the wage base went from 3,000 to 184,000, and the retirement age went from 65 to 67. And in addition, it's taxable, or at least 85% of it above a certain income level. You get it. So what Congress does is they kick the can down the road to the next generation, and they can make minor changes, and all along the way, the benefits get less. The age that you receive it is less. And remember, all this time, life expectancy is going up, tremendously going up. So people now have possibly 30, 35 years in retirement. So the program is not designed as it was initially designed. It's really changed. So the smart advisors really need to stress test everything. So let's talk about what we do in practice. So when we build a financial plan, we want to focus on the areas that we can control. So we can control how much you save, what your asset allocation is, and the type of accounts that you go into. So specifically, let's maybe increase your savings rate is one thing you can do. If you're worried about this, and if we do the model and it shows that without the government entitlements, your plan is a little bit weak, well, you need to save more, you need to invest more aggressively, and you need to invest in account types that are tax-free, like Roth IRAs, like 529s, like health savings account, HSAs. All three are very great techniques. And you can control these things. So it's inside of your control. So, the government's going to do what it's going to do, and you need to take action so that you're in charge and you have control over your own destiny. And if you work with the financial advisor, we can build this model, and then we can test it, both with and without the government benefits. But we want to ensure that when we stress test the plan, we remove the government benefits, that your plan is still successful. So it's a political question, but yet we need to deal with it, and we need to acknowledge that it's a real problem. Anyway, thank you for taking the time to watch. I appreciate your time. If you liked this video or found it of any value, please like or subscribe, and by all means, visit the website, Hamilton Financial Planning. Thank you.